Babe of the day. Babe of the day. Jennifer O'Neill. In my previous video, called Mystery Babe Number 1, I asked if you could identify the girl in the picture. It is none other than actress Jennifer O'Neill. She was born to a wealthy family in Brazil, but was raised in New York and Connecticut. At an early age, she became an accomplished equestrian and started modeling. As early as 14 years old, she was making big money as a model. She was featured on the covers of top magazines like Cosmopolitan, Vogue, and 17. Jennifer became a Ford model and was the spokeswoman for CoverGirl Cosmetics for 30 years, earning her a place at the Smithsonian. She would have been only 17 when she did this Coca-Cola ad, although she looks more like 20-something. It was also at this time when she first got married. Jennifer is a colorful character to say the least, and has been married 9 times to 8 different men. She has 3 children from 3 fathers. Jennifer remarried her 6th husband, only to divorce him again. She modeled for a while before she got into acting. Her first role was in the 1968 comedy movie For Love of Ivy. In 1970, she was the female lead of the John Wayne western Rio Lobo. These were good things for Jennifer, but her next big project would break her out in a big way. In 1971, Jennifer was the star of the Oscar-winning drama Summer of 42. Throughout the 70s and into the early 80s, she got major roles in many movies alongside some of the biggest stars of the era. She moved from mostly dramatic films to action movies and thrillers. In 1981, she was the star of the cult horror film Scanners. This was, for sure, a departure from Summer of 42. Jennifer took some heat from critics over the project she picked, but has maintained an acting career that still exists to this day. In 1983, Jennifer was one of the main cast for a short-lived primetime soap opera called Bare Essence. She played Lady Bobby Brown in all 11 episodes. Nobody really seemed to care about a drama set around the perfume industry. Her next series fared better and may have lasted longer, but a bizarre tragedy brought about the show's early demise. The show was called Cover Up and ran for only 22 episodes during the 1984 to 85 season. Jennifer was the star, and her co-star was John Eric Hexum. At least he was for the first 8 episodes. Cover Up was an action show. Jennifer played Danielle Reynolds. After her husband's murder, she learns he was a CIA agent. She hires Mac Harper, a Special Forces soldier, to help her find the killers. Mac was played by John Eric Hexum. They worked undercover, with Danny posing as a photographer and Mac her male model. Every week they solved crimes in this manner. The show was created by Glenn A. Larson, and he wrote good stuff. I actually liked it and thought it could have run for a while. It did good enough in the ratings. Then tragedy struck. On set, Hexum was playing around with a real gun that had blanks in it. Out of boredom, and to be funny, he put the .44 Magnum to his head and pulled the trigger. The muzzle blast caused enough blunt force drama to break apart a quarter-sized piece of skull into his brain. He was rushed to the hospital, but declared brain dead. John's mother decided to let him go, and donated his organs to people who needed them. There was nothing about what Hexum did to himself that was smart. It's total idiot stuff, but you can't even laugh at it. This put the entire show of Cover Up, a series that had been running hot, in a terrible spot. Mac Harper was replaced with an entirely new character named Jack Stryker, played by Anthony Hamilton. Jack was another agent, how convenient, that would be working with Danny. Mac was simply written off as being on another mission. At the end of the episode, a character announced that Mac was killed on this mission and he wouldn't be coming back. It was a lousy way to sign off on Mac Harper and John Eric Hexum, and the show never recovered. The ratings were still okay enough for the rest of the season, but not enough to keep it going. The chemistry between Jennifer O'Neill and Anthony Hamilton was not the same as what she had with John. I didn't think these shows were bad, and maybe if the series had started with Anthony, it would have been different, but it just didn't pack the same punch. Hexum may have accidentally killed himself in the dumbest way possible, but he was good in his part and hard to replace. In early 1985, the series was canceled. It had to be a hard time for Jennifer. Not only was this show a big opportunity for her, but she lost a co-star and had to break in a new one, only for the whole thing to fall apart anyway. Fortunately for Jennifer, she had a lot of work going on at the same time Cover Up was running and soon after, so she didn't have to struggle for parts. In 1985, she was in the biblical TV miniseries of A.D., as well as the TV movie of Chase. Chase once again put her as the lead of an action show. She had another TV action movie of her own in 1988 with The Red Spider. I think the networks really wanted to see Jennifer as the lead of another series like Cover Up. Although this didn't happen, Jennifer kept very busy in shows that were meant to be crowd pleasers. She moved farther and farther away from the highbrow films of her early career. In 1991, she got another film of her own, the thriller Committed. The next year, she was one of the two main stars in Invasion of Privacy. Later in 92, she was in another thriller, the TV movie Perfect Family. Yet another TV thriller came in 1993 with The CoverGirl Murders. In 1994, she was in the thriller Discretion Assured. She had a big part in the TV action movie Silver Strand from 1995. After this, her parts have tended to be smaller in smaller productions. In 1986, Jennifer became a born-again Christian. Beginning in 1994 with the visual Bible, Acts, Jennifer started working more in religious-themed projects. She never abandoned mainstream movies and shows, but she definitely started putting her beliefs out there. After an abortion she had in 1970, which she kept very quiet about for many years, she became a staunch anti-abortionist. Some of the social statements she has made have drawn heavy criticism. I think people need to concentrate more on the good things she has done, like her modeling, acting, and charity work. All of this is what makes Jennifer O'Neill a babe of the day.